We're going to be exploring destinations and locations from over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. These people have been through so much, but have still been bounded by having mutual respect and having love for each other. Today's presentation will enlighten you and give you a form of excitement to see what Nigeria has to offer from different locations. Please welcome the first stage, Oyo. Nigeria. Orúkọ mi ni Kọ́lápọ̀ Olúfẹ́mi Ayinde Ọmọtọ́ṣọ́.
My name's Ahanyowale Eniola Imisioluwa.
We are glad to be with you today. We would like to talk about the Oyo Empire, situated in Oyo State, a place where we have the biggest city in Africa and the highest empire in the world, in Africa.
Oh, we would like to talk to you about the prominent Oyo Alaafin, the biggest and powerful state in Nigeria.
Oyo Empire was a descendant from the 14th century by the first of Oromiyan, who started the Oyo Empire and is currently the ancient capital of Oyo Empire. Right now, it's culturally significantly at the point of where we have the descendants of a lot of Oyo people right now. It's also a place where the political and the cultural Yoruba kingdom is very immersed in right now.
To you about a very big place in Oyo. How to be precise? It is called Shogidi River. And before we talk about this river, you have to appraise and chant about it. And here I'm going to proceed.
About a very noble man. I'm literally in the 18th century. This man was a manipulator of the royal succession. He also was a fierce tyrant back in the day. He was somebody who also controlled the Alaafins back in the day. It was alleged that he killed 4 Alaafins and also unalived his own family wives members, which was a very, very interesting one. But he was killed, by the way, by the Alaafin during that time on his throne. Now, I just want to reiterate that while even if he was a very prominent man back in the day, the weakening of his death has significantly reduced the Oyo Empire to where it is right now.
Interesting, Omokolapo. About Ifa, do you know what Ifa is? And before I proceed, what is me without chanting Ifa? Ifa Ifa is a way our forefathers communicate to Olodumare through sacred text orally. And here I am going to tell you few Oduifa. One, I'm going to talk about Otura Mejiola, Oyeku Meji, Osakara Kara.
Now, at the same time, we cannot deny the fact that every Owambe, you cannot have any meal but the best meal ever, which is what? Amala. Then talk about the language.
Do you even have to ask me about the language? You know already. Yoruba, Yoruba, the one we speak correct and Ijile Yoruba.
Now I want to talk about the general way of life of the Oyo Empire, which is situated in Oyo State. Now Oyo is predominantly people who are known for agriculture, like the maize, like yam, and generally the Oyo Empire, which is a very significant figure in Oyo State. Now we want to appreciate the current governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde. We also want to appreciate the governor Ajimola, Abiola Ajimobi, Lajoja Akintola, and all prominent governors and people who have come from Oyo State.
Thank you. Let me talk about the people in the entertainment industry. Do you know Adebayo Tijani is from Oyo State? Even Nice, Barista, Bimbo Akintola, they are all from Oyo State. We have a lot of prominent people in Oyo State.
Now, I just want to really add by saying that University of Ibadan, which is also situated in Oyo State, is still one of the best universities in the world. It has brought out so much center of excellence, and at the same time, I have been to the zoo at the University of Ibadan, and I must say, to anybody coming from home and abroad, I will let you know that if you want to find the best for and wild animals and enjoy your stay in Ibadan, you must visit the University of Ibadan Zoo. It is wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Kola. But let me tell you all about marriage in Oyo State. Before you seek any girl's hand in marriage, you have to visit their parents first. Without that, you can't have a wife. You have to go from day and night to seek the parents' hands in marriage. And before they give you the girl, you don't even know the person you're getting married to, not until the night of the marriage. And yeah, when the wife is going to the husband's house, she's going to cry and cry, saying, Mama, love, Adura, see me, oh. Baba, love, Adura, see me, oh.
Now we're going to usher. Now we're going to usher you with a beautiful rendition of the Yoruba Oyo State dance. Come on, give it to me.
That was beautiful. That was riveting. Allow me to please give them a round of applause. The Oyo Empire in its prime rivaled worldwide empires, from its strengths on its army to their tradesmanship and to their culture. They had so much to offer and still today are pioneers in history. But speaking of culture, allow me to introduce one of Nigeria's top cultural destinations, from beautiful women, brilliant men, and natural resources filled with places and tourist destinations. Please welcome Calabar.
Nigeria is real. Big Brother is real. Eat them full. Awesome. Anyways, my name is Joanna and my partner today is Mensa. We'll be talking to you about the great city of Calabar, situated in Cross River. The dance we just performed now is the great dance of the Calabar people called the Ekombi dance. The great city of Calabar was once called Old City of Calabar. The Calabar city was a great major port location for West Africans, from the Europeans to the Scottish, to the Dutch, and to the Portuguese from the 15th to the 19th century. One major aspect of the Calabar to showcase their cultural heritage and their shine that shines through their dance is the Ekwe dance. The Ekwe dance has a great society at large. It also signifies their cultural relevance and also the society's strong governance at large.
Well, it is pertinent to note that Cross River State is one of the oldest states in Nigeria with diverse cultures, traditions, strong historical background, and a home for tourism. That being said, I will quickly run through some key insights and elements such as the Obudu Cattle Ranch, the Kwa Falls, Marina Resort, Tinapa Resort, and the Calabar Carnival. The Obudu Cattle Ranch, also known as Nigeria's Little Switzerland. I think you would love to travel to that place. It's located in the Obaniku Mountains of Cross River State with its features such as cable cars, modern lodges, temperate weather, and other exciting features. This place is known for relaxation, hiking, adventure, and sightseeing, especially for tourists. The Kwa Falls, I strongly believe it is where nature lives. Yes. A natural waterfall located in Anegeje, Cross River, in a tropical rainforest. Fun fact, you can only access it through 234 steps.
You also know that the Efik language was the very first language to translate the Bible in Nigeria. Which other language has done that? And have you also had the idea that the Calabar as a city as a whole was the very first central city of southeastern Nigeria, but since it was changed to Lagos in 1906 to 1914. After the abolition of slave trade in the 19th century, Calabar transitioned from slave trading to a legitimate business as selling and exporting of palm oil and other produces. This showed a remarkable change and a remarkable shift in Nigeria's economical system. Calabar was a major port system in Nigeria, where so many missionaries from the Portuguese, from the European Union, and also the British came through Calabar. European missionaries and Portuguese missionaries like Mary Celeste. She was a strong advocate for the killing of twins. She was against the strong advocate and cultural heritage. Calabar is also a city that is rooted in its strong governance in Nigeria. It shows its relevance from the 19th century down to today's day.
Bringing back to the heart of Calabar, we have the Marina Resort, a place built on the site of such as cinema. We have restaurants, boat rides, and slave history museum. We also have the Tinapa Resort, a business and leisure resort built to boost tourism and trade. Yeah. It features hotels, film studio, water park, shopping mall, and conference centers. The sole aim of this project is to make Calabar a hub of commerce and entertainment. Yeah. Well, posterity will forgive me if I fail to mention the Calabar Carnival. The Calabar Carnival, which started in 2004 to boost tourism, is known to be Africa's biggest street party, and it is held every December. It features costume parades, flamboyant floats, music, international performance, and dance troupes. Thank you.
Like my partner has said, the Calabar Carnival is one you cannot miss. As you can see, I am endowed with a beautiful Calabar attire. But if you come to the Calabar Carnival, you will see better more, because it's the largest West African street party ever. Calabar is not just a city of culture and its love. It's a people who are endowed with their global connections and hospitality and humanitarian and religious reforms that have shaped West Africa in the past and in the present.
Thank you. Music.
After all those colors and shimmers, I don't think I have to be begged to go for the Calabar Carnival. I will be there. You will not have to ask me twice. But like they said, it's not just about the beautiful women and the beautiful parties. No, there is more that meets the eyes of Calabar. Do you know, Calabar was one of the first pioneers of Western education in Nigeria. In fact, they were also the pioneers of some form of regular government. Now, speaking of government, I believe there are places in Nigeria that are critical to the reforms and how people came from where they were to create themselves. The next state or next destination is Oshun. Please welcome them. Sure.
Nígbà wo jẹ́ sí gbọ́ wa lórílẹ̀-èdè Áfíríkà, lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti nílùú Èkó gbọ̀ngàn táwọn. Ní alẹ́ àwọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ ìdíbọn.
Orúkọ mi ni Thelma Lawson. Good evening, Big Brother. Good evening, highly esteemed viewers and my lovely housemates. Today, we'll be educating you about the food, the language, the traditional dance, the cultural significance, and the general way of life, as well as the tourist attraction of the Osun people, Osun State. It was formed from the southeast of Oyo on 27th August 1991. Its capital is Osogbo. The state's history is deeply tied to the Osun River and its spiritual significance. The state is majorly inhabited by the Yoruba people, and the language is Yoruba.
There are several deities, and these deities are worshipped not just by rituals, but as festivals and ceremonies which showcase the very rich history of Osun State. There are several deities that include Shango, Ogun, Obatala, and Osun. Osun is the goddess of water, fertility, and also prosperity. Never can I forget Oduduwa, the founder and the leader of Yoruba land, the Babato Oroniyan, who is also the founder of Oyo Empire and also the Benin Kingdom.
Let's talk about the general way of life and the food of the Osun people. Osun's economy is focused mainly on agriculture. The cottage industries produce brass works, woven clothes, and wood carvings. Its capital, Osogbo, has a food processing plant, a steel rolling mill, and a textile industry. Their native food is pounded yam and eforiro, and their traditional dance is what we displayed in the beginning. If you're looking to visit Osun State, the best time to visit is in August. Ask me why. The Osogbo Festival is held annually in August, and it is a good time to visit Osun State. Now, the Osogbo Sacred Grove is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is a forest that is made up of several shrines and artworks in honor of Osun. This festival started over 700 years ago by a hunter, Oluti May. The festival runs all week long. It is a Yoruba cultural celebration in honor of the Osun. The Aruba, mother of the calabash, leads the central procession by carrying a calabash on her head to the sacred grove,
where Oparoniyan is to receive the staff of their office before they ascend the throne. Also, visitors and explorers can also visit this paramount site and embedded enriched history and the cultural significance of Yoruba land from this Oparoniyan, and you can always visit from Monday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can explore one of the great things that you will never miss if you ever visit Osun State.
You would agree with us that Osun State is rich in history. Not only is it rich in history, it is also the home of many prominent people and amazing talent. His Excellency Ademola Adeleke,
Juma Ibrahimo.
Davido,
Also, we have talked about it, gospel singer.
and Nikos Living. Thank you so much for watching. Thelma Lawson representing the Osun State, and
Kayode Oladele, also known as K-Bobo.
thank you. Ẹ ṣé o.
Also,
That brought back so many memories for me. As someone who was, who is from Osun, who is also a prince from Osun, I have to tell you, you have not visited a palace if you have not seen an Osun palace. The golden chairs, the red velvet, They have sitting rooms as big as your rooms. Believe me, if you have not visited an Osho Palace, you have not been anywhere. But they were also right. Entrepreneurship and agriculture is a core tenet to Osho. And that leads me to our next destination, a place that is known for their brute entrepreneurship. They have built mountains, they have sold things, and have made a name for themselves. Please, welcome the gods of trade, Imo State.
Easy.
Chamber one. Imaka. Kedu.
One baby, Akugo,
Hey.
Omalicha, Imaka, Kai. Cha, Libo Kwenu. Cha, Libo Renu. Zwenu. Wazenu. Big brother, Ekele MD. Greetings, big brother. Housemates, Ekele Munu. Greetings, housemates. Today, Afambo Bright Morgan. My name is Bright Morgan, and I am the son of the soil. And in Eshim, Imo State. I am from Imo State. I am here with my partner,
Afambumide.
and we are here to give you a brief presentation about the general way of life of the Igbos, most especially people from Imo State. The food they consume, their language, the general way of life, the historical significance. So here we go.
The Igbo people speak Igbo in Imo State and eastern parts of Nigeria.
The popular food that are being consumed by the Igbos, especially people from Imo State, are the popular and indigenous Ofe Owere. You can't come to Imo State and miss out on this soup. We also have other delicacies like Oha soup, Ofe Nsala, Onugo soup, which is also called the bitter leaf soup.
Archaeological evidence suggests the Igbo people have inhabited their region for over 250,000 years, with early culture centered around yam cultivation. The Igbos played a role in the Bantu migration, contributing to the development of cultures across the sub-Saharan Africa. During the transatlantic slave trade, the Igbo people were among the most affected, with many forcibly taken to America, contributing to new world cultures. The British colonialism in the late 19th century and early 20th century facilitated the formation of a more unified Igbo identity.
This, Onya Gana one year, and this Igbo phrase translates to nobody should abandon their brother, their fellow brother. So, and I want to tell you that people from Imo State, they are very industrious. Talking about industrious, they invest so much in agriculture and craftsmanship. We dominate a special activity, and it's supplemented by crafted skill, trade, and palm oil production. This also brings us to cultural practices here. The Igbo celebrates cultural traditions, including elaborate festivals such as the New Yam Festival, which is called the Iriji. This is a general term for New Yam Festival celebrated in Imo State to mark the agricultural season. Now I'd like to tell you about another cultural practices that is being happened in the Igbo land, and an example is Imo State. In the Igbo culture, we have what we call the Mmao. The Mmao is a masquerade which is central to Imo State cultural heritage. A core belief is that ancestors return after death in the form of this masquerade. Another large festival that happens in the east, in Igbo land and Imo State, is the very famous Owerri Cultural Festival. You see, this state is known for the vibrant traditional music and dance such as Ikombi and Ogene cultural music.
Imo State has some of the most beautiful destinations in the world. One of them is the largest natural lake in Nigeria. It is called the Oguta Lake, and it is in Imo State. It was formerly used as a port for exporting palm products. We have Oguta 1 and Oguta 2. And unlike most natural lakes, the water is clean and fresh. Oh.
Cha nibo kwenu. Renu. Where's Renu?
Speaking of uniting people, there's a festival that has been growing in Nigeria. It brings star-studded cast, people from all over the world and walks of life come to visit this festival. Now, it might not be at its peak yet, but I foresee a time where this festival alone brings in millions in dollars for tourism in Nigeria. Please, welcome Ijebu as they tell us more about this.
Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Ọ̀lẹ́rí. Kábíyèsí ẹ máa wọlé. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀. Kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn tó mọ̀ wá o.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to my fellow housemates. Good evening to all the viewers home and abroad. My name is Olapuneke Odesamo, also known as Rubot, and I'm from Ogun State, and I'm here with
Elizabeth Olorintola Onikede Zita, an indigene of Ijebu.
Tonight, we are going to be speaking about culture of the Ijebu people or Ijebu land. Don't forget, like I said earlier, I am from Ogun State. I will have to speak on Ogun State before I move into the culture. Ogun is in Western Nigeria, and it was created in 1976. I want you guys to know something about Ogun again. Ogun, there is a local government called in Ogun called for local government. We have somebody, a very important person called Shegeri Ayoba. My queen, what do you have to say?
This great kingdom was created by migration from the east, possibly from ancient Ethiopia or southern Arabia. This led to the founding of the Ijebu kingdom, with Ijebu Ode as its capital. We cannot talk about the ancestral story without mentioning the significant migration, which was led by Ogborogon. It's a traditional pottage made from grated or blended water yam. We also have ofada rice, which is a blend of African or Asian rice.
Yes.
It is served with ayamashe. I hope you know ayamashe. It is an ofada stew, which is made of spicy tomato-based sauce. We cannot speak about Ijebu delicacies without mentioning the major food from Ijebu, which is what? Ijebu Gari. Ijebu boasts of producing the best Gari in Nigeria.
Yes.
Kabesi.
Now, my people, to add to what my Olori has said, I want you all to know that there are 9 local governments in Ijebu. I will start by letting you know that we have Ijebu North, we have Ijebu East, we have Ijebu Northeast, we have Ijebu Ode, we have Ogun Water Side, we have Remo North, Ikene, and then Shagamu. My people, I want you to know that Ijebu people, we are only known for one thing. If you know that thing, don't have to. We are only known for parties, ceremonies, festival. Without all these things, we cannot function well as an Ijebu person. No. Olori, they want them there.
Kábíyèsí o, aláyélúwà, kádé pẹ́ lórí, kí bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, kí rùkẹ̀rẹ́ pẹ́ lọ́wọ́, kábíyèsí, olórí yín ló kí yín o. Introducing one of the pioneering and most respected monarchs in Nigeria, His Royal Majesty, Aláyélúwà, Ọba Síkírù Káyọ̀dé Adétọ̀nà, the Awùjalẹ̀ of the Ijebu land.
I want to see you next year at the Odidoba Festival. And now, don't worry, I'm not done. My people, How will I leave the state without not mentioning the notable places in Ogun? My people, I will start by saying the OOPL. OOPL stands for Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library. And that is one of the first library in Africa. No, let me complete it again. How will I leave the stage without not mentioning the Olumoro? That is where the people of Egba they ran to when they had their tribal war.
To seek refuge.
My people, let me tell you something again. How will I leave the stage without not mentioning one of the best private schools in Ogun State that goes to Babcock University, located in Idisoremo?
Before we leave here, we have to explain and explain deeply and furthermore the importance that Ijebu people have contributed to Nigeria as a whole. By stating the notable people in from Ijebu, we start with the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the former vice president of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, the current governor, His Excellency Dr. Abiodun, business tycoon and owner of Globalcom, Michael Deluda, pioneer of music in Nigeria, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, theater pioneer Hubert Ogunde, Nobel Prize winner Professor Wale Soyinka. This is to mention but a few. The Ijebu people are known for impacting their society. As we have mentioned, as you have heard, the names and people that have impacted in Nigeria. Here also, Kabiyesi Ruboy, Olori Zita, we have impacted to Nigeria. We are also noble people. Thank you very much. Ogun!
You get to a state!
Ogun!
You get to a state!
Get to a state!
Ogun!
Impressed over and over and over. I don't know if the viewers are seeing this, but I am being impressed. One of my fondest memories of childhood has to be visiting Olumoro. Its sheer expanse, like they said, tell a very important story. The Egba people ran there during wars and were safe because they're so interconnected. The only way to travel through those caves was to have been there before, so nobody was able to attack them. But yes, speaking of attacks, my next destination was about to suffer a brutal attack. They had been poisoned, they had been killed, but due to sacrifice and help from a princess, these people exist today. Let them tell you their story. Please welcome the Igala people.
Big brother, Olumiki Ame Onuko Ojo Godspeed, and Olukumi Ayomide Jason James, also known as Jason J. Good evening, my people. Good evening, housemates. Good evening, Africa. We're here representing the Igala people. Situated in the eastern part of River Niger,